Today, Al-Nassr News will tell the story of a great warrior who has helped the Al-Nassr team grow and win on and off the field. We are talking about Cristiano Ronaldo's partner, Anderson Sousa Conceição, the Brazilian born in Bahia, more precisely in the municipality of Feira de Santana, on February 1, 1994. He is better known as Anderson Talisca or simply Talisca, and is currently a striker from the Al-Nassr team. The first curiosity that you don't know is that every time Anderson Talisca is close to Cristiano Ronaldo, they speak in Portuguese. Did you know that? Because Brazil was colonized by Portugal for many years and you weren't born and neither was I. But now you must be wondering, what name is this Talisca? The origin of your name or nickname Talisca, which may seem strange, in Brazil, the word Talisca means a small sliver of wood very thin, or it is also used to describe a very thin person. That's why, when Anderson Talisca played at the beginning of his career in grassroots football, he was very thin, looking like a thin tree. His coach and the other players started calling him that nickname and it became Talisca. Another curiosity is that from an early age, at the age of 11, Anderson Talisca already liked working at sporting events, such as football matches, where he was responsible for replacing the balls, which left the field in the game, working as a ball boy, who helped the game in progress and avoided unnecessary delays. And Talisca liked to catch the balls of the Bahia club football team, where later, her career would start on the same team at the Bahia club. Anderson Talisca was discovered by a scout while playing indoor soccer in his hometown of Feira de Santana. At the time, Talisca was just 14 years old and impressed the scout with her technical skills and vision of the game. Formed in the base categories of the Bahia team, where he arrived in 2009, it was at that time that he earned the nickname Talisca and made his debut as a professional at just 18 years old, for the Campeonato do Nordeste on January 19, 2013 against the Team de Futebol Itabaiana, a match that ended 3-2 for the Bahia team. And that he scored his first goal in the match against the Juazeiro team in a game valid for the semifinals of the Campeonato Baiano, a championship for all teams in the state of Bahia, located in Brazil. On July 7, 2013, he made his debut in the Campeonato Brasileiro, a championship where all teams in Brazil compete for the cup and a great prize. An unforgettable moments. Talisca's first goal in the Brazilian championship, called Brasileirão, came in a match against São Paulo, in the middle of Estádio do Morumbi. The Bahia team was victorious by the 2nd of January, and Talisca was responsible for one of the goals. But the real acid test came a few months later, in a decisive match against Cruzeiro, in Mineirão. In the 44th minute of the second half, he scored the second goal in Bahia's 2-1 victory. It was a historic goal, not only because it guaranteed the team's permanence in the first division, but also because it was the first time that Bahia had won the Cruzeiro team inside the Mineirão Stadium for the Brazilian Championship in 21 matches played. Talisca couldn't hold back the emotion, embraced by his teammates. He knew that was a moment he would never forget. It was proof that all the effort, dedication and training paid off. From that day on, Talisca became an idol for the fans of the Bahia team and a respected name in Brazilian football. In 2014 was the year that Anderson Talisca shone intensely on the fields. Not only in his hometown, but across the country, his ability was extolled by the media. He became a benchmark for free kicks and long-distance kicks, and his performance was instrumental in Bahia becoming champions of the Campeonato Baiano for the 45th time. In the Brazilian Championship, Talisca started at full speed and, until the break for the World Cup, was the player who scored the most goals in the competition. He also scored important goals against the team with the biggest crowd in Brazil, in Rio de Janeiro, Flamengo, in stoppage time, in the middle of Maracanã. His performance was so exceptional that it caught the attention of European clubs, such as Udinese, from Italy, Standard Liège, from Belgium, and Arsenal, from England. It was the same year, in July 2014, when Anderson Talisca was sold to Benfica in Portugal, and the winner of that dispute for the athlete disbursed no less than €4 million, approximately 4.45 million American dollars. On July 18, in his debut in the semi-final of the Honor Cup against Estoril, Talisca scored his first goal for Benfica, guaranteeing a 1-0 victory. Sporting, but he was awarded the Best Player of the Tournament award. Anderson Talisca was making a name for himself in pre-season and quickly became a regular for Benfica under coach Jorge Jesus, forming the midfield with Argentines Nicolas Gaetan, Enzo Perez and Eduardo Salvio. On September 12, Talisca scored a hat-trick, 3 goals in the same game against Vitória de Setúbal, guaranteeing a 5-0 victory for Benfica. On September 27, he scored 2 more goals against Estoril Praia, and in that game he showed all his skill by taking the ball in midfield, getting rid of 4 opponents and touching under the goalkeeper's legs. Talisca was playing very well, and that's why she received proposals from big European clubs, such as Chelsea, Arsenal, Manchester City and Manchester United. And finally, on November 4, Anderson Talisca scored his first goal in the UEFA Champions League, in the 4th round of Group C, securing Benfica's 1-0 victory over Monaco. Talisca's incredible journey left fans of Benfica and other European clubs awestruck, and saw him become a rising star in the world of football. After entering a bad phase for the Portuguese club, Talisca was loaned to Beşiktaş, from Turkey. Upon arriving at the Turkish club, Talisca did not hide her dissatisfaction with signing with the club. If that's what I wanted? Of course not, but Benfica wanted it that way. What can I do? What player wouldn't want to stay at Benfica? And on the 13th of September, on his return to Estadio de Luz in a Champions League group game, he scored a stoppage-time free kick to secure a 1-on-1 draw. Last season, Talisca played 46 games for Beşiktaş and scored a total of 19 goals. On the 8th of June 2018, Talisca was loaned to Chinese Super League side Guangzhou Evergrande for half a year, with the transfer costing €5.8 million, approximately $6.6 million. He made his debut for China's Guangzhou Evergrande as a starter and scored a hat-trick, 3 goals in the same game, and including a direct free kick, to help his team win 4-0 over Guizhou Hengfeng in the league in the 18th of July. On October 26, 2018, Benfica announced that Talisca had permanently moved to the Chinese club for a transfer of €19.2 million, approximately $21.4 million. In the 2019 season, in which Guangzhou ended up being Chinese champion, the Brazilian stood out as a striker. He scored 11 goals in 18 games. Already in the 2020 season, there were 20 games, 7 goals and 2 assists. Guangzhou ended up as runners-up to the Chinese. During the 3 years he played in China, Talisca made 65 appearances and scored 39 goals. And now at the moment he is playing for Al-Nassr Football Club. He joined Al-Nassr on May 17, 2021, completing his transfer to Al-Nassr. The deal is for 3 years with a transfer fee of $9.77 million. And the player has a salary of $7.93 million a year. And currently he has more than 19 goals scored in Al-Nassr. Have you ever wondered what is the secret behind Anderson Talisca's success in Al-Nassr? It seems the answer is simple: extreme dedication and focus. It's impressive to see how he trains tirelessly to reach his goals, always keeping his concentration at peak. No wonder he is considered an exemplary player on the team. If you want to succeed like Talisca, you have to learn from him and follow in his footsteps. Dear fan in love with Al-Nassr, were you delighted with the story of the player Talisca? Let us know in the comments below, and let us know which player story you'd like to hear about next. Subscribe to our channel, like this video and turn on notifications to receive more exciting news about your favorite team. Don't miss the opportunity to connect even more with Al-Nassr and its community of passionate supporters. Join us to celebrate victories, support in difficult times, and share the passion for football. Your participation is important and makes all the difference. So what are you waiting for? Leave your mark on the world of football and be part of Al-Nassr's history. We are waiting for you.
Hey guys, Cristiano Ronaldo here, asking you to like, subscribe, and ring the bell, because that way you'll stay informed about your favorite team and help the channel grow.